Hey, how's it going? Ollie here. Time for scale tip number 27. So, today we're going to talk about getting clear on your financials. Now, many business owners out there operate their businesses with a very rough idea of how they're doing financially. And if you are super clear on your financials right now, then that's incredible. You might still pick up a couple tips today, but there's a lot of business owners out there who are running their business and they're not really clear. And I used to be one of those business owners. Now, you can actually do this, right? You can actually run a business without being super clear on your financials. And it can work, especially if you have relatively big profit margins in your industry, right? Because if you have a lot of room for profit, then you can be a little bit unclear of your expenses and your, different areas of your financials, and things can run okay. But it's a little bit like going to the gym without tracking anything, right? You know when you go to the gym, some people just go to the gym and they just go on the treadmill for a bit and they lift a couple of weights arbitrarily and then they go home, right? And these people are healthy and they're relatively fit because they do exercise, but it's not like they're going to be entering a weightlifting competition anytime soon, right? Because they're not tracking everything to see which incremental improvements they can make, right? And figuring out where their strengths and weaknesses are and knowing what to fix. If you track everything when you go to the gym and you know exactly how many reps you did of a dumbbell or what weight, and which exercises were easy for you, and you know where to push yourself, and you record how far you ran on the treadmill, etc., 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 and you map out your diet and everything, then you can make incremental improvements every week and get better and better and better. So if you're not super clear on your financials, it's a little bit like that, right? It's a little bit like going to the gym without tracking anything and just hoping that you're going to get more and more healthy. So the key is to track things, and there's two things. If you're not sure about whether you're clear on your financials just yet, there's two things which make a huge difference to you that will enable you to scale your business, right? And it's funny because this is the stuff that's supposed to be boring, right? This is the stuff that's supposed to be like not sexy, all right? It's not marketing stuff, it's not sales stuff. It's supposed to be boring, but the funny thing is when you actually go in, figure this stuff out, it becomes really fascinating, really interesting, because you start to see massive opportunities which will help you grow your business. So this stuff actually starts to become more exciting than the marketing. So 2 areas. We've got number 1, the profit and loss. So if you're not keeping a week-to-week profit and loss account of where your business is, then you're missing out on a lot of opportunities, right? Because remember, it's one thing to increase revenue, right, which takes a hell of a lot of effort, resources, right, time. It's another thing to just cut back expenses, right? So if you want to make more profit in your business, which we all do, right, then you can either increase revenue or you can decrease expenses. Decreasing expenses is way, way easier than increasing revenue. Because quite often when you increase revenue, then that increases the amount of tax you have to pay. It also increases any sales tax, things like that. It increases how many customers you might want to take on as well. And that can increase the manpower required to manage those customers, right? So increasing revenue can be just a good thing to do, but it can take a lot of energy. Sometimes the key to being more profitable is just by cutting back a few expenses. There's probably a few things you're paying for right now which you just don't need to pay for. And by really examining week to week your profit and loss, you can figure out what those things are very quickly, right? So that's the first thing, profit and loss, very regularly. Second thing is a cash flow projection. So in other words, you know when you go into your business bank and there's less money in there than you wanted there to be, right? Or you wanted, it would be nice if you had more cash, right? I don't think any business owner has ever looked at their business bank and thought, I could probably do with less cash right now, right? We all know cash is king. It's the thing that enables you to have freedom as a business owner. You can hire more staff, you can spend more on marketing, you can protect yourself if something unexpected happens, All right. So the way to increase your cash situation is to actually do a cash flow projection. So for the next 3 months, what do you project is going to happen in your bank? Right? Is the cash going to go up? Is it going to go down? Why? Why is it going to go down? And how can you improve that situation? So this doesn't have to be some ridiculous spreadsheet with loads of formulas, although it can be, right, for both of these things, profit and loss and cash flow projections. It could be a crazy spreadsheet, or it could just be what I do on a piece of paper, just jotting it down and giving pretty clear estimates on both of these things. Like, that's better than nothing. And if you can manage that and just have a quick plan for each of these things, all of a sudden you've got a clearer hold on your financials than most business owners out there. And this is just the facts. So, once you've got this stuff clear and you know exactly what your profit and loss is, you know exactly what your cash flow projections are, next month I'm going to spend X amount on this. I predict to have this much cash, therefore I can do this, etc., etc. Now you're making decisions from solid ground. Just like when you go to the gym and you know that last week you did, 10 reps of 40 kilograms on the dumbbell, right? 3 sets. Now you can do 3 sets of 11 reps, for example, right? It's really clear. You're making decisions based on facts. And now when it comes to growing your business, you've got a lot more clarity and you're not just shooting in the dark, hoping to grow, right? This stuff is based on fact, and all of a sudden, things will change. Like, you'll spot opportunities, right? I sometimes look back at my profit and loss for the whole year and see that, we were selling one thing really, really effortlessly and making loads of revenue from it. And this thing was just selling really, really well, and it's like I didn't even notice. Like, you'll see patterns emerge, and then you can use that to your advantage and sell more of that easy thing just because it seems to just fly off the shelves, right? You'll notice things, and that will help you make better business decisions in the future. All right, so I hope this has helped. I hope this has given you a little bit of clarity and inspiration. And if you want to get more help scaling your business, then join my group. There's a link in the description. And as a thank you for joining, if you enter your email, I'll give you my free training on how to scale your business using non-linear coaching, which is a method that enables you to work with hundreds of coaching clients at once without putting in more than a few hours of coaching time per week. Super powerful stuff. So click the link, enter your email when you join one of the questions. I'll send you the training. It's 30 minutes, very short and sweet, and filled with insights, and it'll really help you. I think you'll enjoy it. All right, thanks so much for watching the video, and I'll speak to you very soon.